Good afternoon, everybody. It is September 7th, 2018, and this is Lisa Salberg with the Hypertrophic Cardiomyopathy Association, and welcome to our Facebook page. Today, we have some exciting news. We are launching a brand new HCMA Recognized Center of Excellence at the University of Maryland. And today we have Dr. LIbin Wang, the co-director of the program, with us today to talk a little bit about the program and himself. Dr. Wang, welcome to the HCMA family.
Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm really proud and honored to be here, to be part of the HCMA family.
Well, we are so excited to have you because the people of Maryland and your region really did need a new center of excellence, and you provide such a wonderful service. And we are hoping that we help you grow really fast and help lots of families. So why don't you take a few moments to tell us a little bit about yourself, and then we'll get involved to talk about the program. So tell us about you.
Thank you. I'm from China, Tianjin, China. I was my first degree teacher, elementary school teacher, who intrigued me to go into medicine. She unfortunately died of a hemorrhagic stroke when I was a third grader. From then on, I decided to be a physician, to do cardiovascular research and clinical work. I did pre-med school and medical school. At the time, human genome was evolving. It just started. I got strong interest in genetics and came to the United States in 1996. I did not know then. You started HCMA HCM Association. And I did 6 years of genetic research at Texas A&M. And then the natural fit is genetic and cardiovascular disease. And I found John and Cricket Seidman at Brigham. Went there, spent 7 years with them. Deep inside, I'm still a physician. I still want to do clinical work. I went to Miami at Jackson Memorial Hospital, did residency, and came to Johns Hopkins to do my cardiovascular fellowship. My mom always asked me, son, when are you going to finish training and become independent? I said, okay. So 20 years later, in 2016, I finished all my training and become independent. Proudly joined University of Maryland Medical Center. And then I met you 2017, and our world finally collided, and I learned more about you and HCMA. And here we are.
And here we are. So you have some interesting HCM lineage, if you will, training in the Seidman Laboratory and all the wonderful work that they've done up there in HCM research. Then going over to the Hopkins program while it was established. I think it's kind of amazing that now you're stepping out on your own and bringing all that knowledge to a new center. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the team at the University of Maryland?
We have been caring for HCM patients for a long time at the University of Maryland. Long before my time here, we have great general cardiologists, and we have a superb EP group, interventional group, and our surgery team is excellent. And we have advanced imaging people, and also we have great geneticists and genetic counselor, and the ancillary staff, operation team, administrators, MAs, nursing staff, and everybody. I found it by surprise that we actually had everything, and my job was very easy to coordinate everything together and invite you here. And I have to say that along the way, through my training, both basic and clinical research, John and Cricket taught me a lot, and Carolyn Ho at Brigham taught me a lot, and Roselle and Ted Abraham, one of the fellow with them for 4 years, taught me tremendously. And they taught me how to start a center of excellence, what it entails, and I learned from all my mentors.
That's fabulous. But I do have a question. Why HCM? You've got all these great credentials, you've worked with all these fantastic people, but what intrigues you about HCM specifically?
So when I started my postdoc training with John and Cricket, I knew very little about hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. It was really when I started working with John and Cricket, get to know the disease better, and the molecular genetics and molecular genetic and mechanism wise, it really intrigued me. And I have to say, it's really the patient who intrigued me. I remember shadowing with Cricket in her hypertrophic cardiomyopathy clinic, and we were delivering a genetic result to a family with father, with mother, and with son. Father had HCM and had a myosin heavy chain mutation. And Cricket delivered the news saying father has the mutation and son doesn't have it. And the son, who was a physician, and said to the dad, "Dad, I'm sorry." And the father said, "Son, don't be. I'm happy I did not give it to you." And at that moment, I realized there's more than just to basic research of the disease. It's more to the patient family. Each patient's different. Each patient's hypertrophic pattern is different. The heart is different. The valves are different. Their hemodynamics are different. And their symptoms are different. How to treat each individual is different. And their family, and what do you tell the kids, and what do you tell all their loved ones, and how to help them out through the process. And that's the intriguing part. And when you came to University of Maryland last year, you showed me your heart, and you told me your story, how when after you got the mitral valve endocarditis and your SAM goes away, your LVOT gradient went away. That I was like, wow, everybody's different. It's just amazing. And that's where over the years, since I know John and Cricket from 2002 to now, is 16 years, and I'm fascinated by the disease ever since.
It is a fascinating disease. I'll agree with you there. And you're always learning in HCM. The minute you think you've stopped learning, you need to go back to school because you're going to keep learning.
Correct. And then that's why I learned a motto from Michelangelo, I'm still learning. He said that when he was 84-years old, and I'm nowhere close. We're still young, but I'm still learning. I'm learning, my team and my whole program and the whole system, we're learning. We're learning how to take care of our HCM patients and their families and treat them, treat each individual patient, treat their family, and treat them as our own family, and treat them right.
So when I came down to the University of Maryland to do the site visit and meet your whole team, there was a few things I was personally taken with. There was no doubt to me that the clinical expertise is there. While your program is still smaller, but it's growing, there was something about the collaboration between your colleagues, the communication from the admin level all the way up to the chief of the program. Everybody seems to just be very comfortable with each other and spoke in a very free manner, which I think leads to good communication, good management, and good structure of a program, which to me means sustainability. And what we're looking for is a long-term partnership. We're not looking for 3 or 5 years. We're looking for, this to become an integral part of the University of Maryland's medical program, and that HCM is just something that we specialize in there. So that's a really positive thing to see about your program. So let's talk about some research for a minute here. So you come from a genetics background. What are the unanswered questions in HCM that you'd like to answer?
Currently, I think in the community, everybody knows the MYK-461, the mavacamten medication. For me, that's amazing, and that's designed, identified in myocardia, was found by John and Cricket and Dr. Sprudich at Stanford and others. I thought that was a fantastic story from bedside to benchside, and then bring the benchside result back to the bedside. And from a basic research perspective, it's amazing that this medication, how it was found based on what we know about myofibril function, and have evolved into now phase 2, phase 3 trials. And we are enrolled in the study, both for the phase 3 Explorer trial for the obstructive hypertrophic cardiomyopathy patient, and also for the phase 2 Maverick trial for the non-obstructive obstructive patient. And that's our immediate goal for now. Can you hear me all right?
I'm hearing you fine. We're good. We may have lost you first.
Hello? Lose connection.
I can hear you if you can't hear me. Technology might be giving us a little bit of a problem.
Hello?
Okay, so it looks like we're having a little technical difficulty.
Sorry.
Stick with us. And are we there? Dr. Wang, can you hear me?
And for me, I'm a geneticist. With my background, I still want to find new genes. As you know, we have a patient population that covers a variety of spectrum. In 2/3 of the patients, we can find mutations, but in 1/3 of the patients, we cannot find mutations. And my strong motivation is to find new mutations, to really study the genetic background of this condition. And also, I still interested in modifier genes, meaning that what other genes are contributing to the expression of sarcomere proteins and how they affect the disease process. And also in collaboration with our new research director, Dr. Chaz Hong, we're going to do stem cell work to really build a iPS stem cell model for hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, and to identify other small molecules that can change the disease progress of hypertrophic cardiomyopathy.
Those are some exciting research initiatives, and the HCMA is going to be partnering with you on one of them, as we will be assisting in the recruitment phase for the
Hello, Lisa.
1. Hi, everybody. We're back. We had a little technical difficulty. Sorry about that. But to recap, we're here with Dr. LIbin Wang from the University of Maryland, and they are launching their Hypertrophic Cardiomyopathy Association Recognized Center of Excellence this week. So welcome back, Dr. Wang.
Thank you, Lisa. Glad to be back.
Sorry about that. When we left off in our last discussion, you were telling us about some of the amazing research that you did up at the LIbin lab and your involvement in the myocardia studies, both Explorer and Maverick. And I was explaining to our audience that the HCMA will be assisting in the recruitment of patients for that clinical trial, and they're going to be getting some online survey tools to determine whether or not they're a good candidate soon. And if they choose you as your study site, we'll be sending their information with their approval, of course, to you so that you can enroll them in your study there. So sorry about the little glitch there, but we'll merge this together and it'll look just great on YouTube.
Sure.
So we know what your research interests are, but there's something else that you and I discussed, and that is, as you will be in a university setting, you're going to have the opportunity to educate up-and-coming physicians about hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. Tell me a little bit about what you hope to accomplish in that role.
So for patient education, we're trying to get this patient education event on October 27th. We welcome everyone to come. We'll have a very active format, interactive format for the patient. For the University of Maryland, I hope to enhance our education and teaching for medical providers. My late father told me when I was in high school, when I decided to go into medicine, he said to me, practicing medicine is like sailing a boat against the water stream. If you don't move forward, you're moving backwards, and there's nowhere you can stand still. So I'm learning, as I said, every day, every patient teaching me something new. And I hope we can all learn together as a team, learn something new every day to improve our knowledge, research-wise, clinical practice-wise. And we want to educate our next generation cardiology fellows,
Oh, we did it again. We froze. Oh my goodness. We've lost Dr. Wang again. And 3, 2, 1. Sorry, guys. We are having a problem here. Technology just does not want to cooperate with us today. And I'm going to see if we can get him back. And I'm going to tell him, and then we'll be right back with you. You froze. Please exit and restart. Sorry, guys. So I was having the computer problems first, and he was having the computer problems second. So he's going to pop out, and then he's going to come back in. I will tell you while we're waiting for him, on October 27th, the HCMA will be joining with the University of Maryland to have a patient symposium in Maryland. And there you are. I'm telling them about the patient symposium.
Sorry.
And that's okay. That we will be down there with you and your team educating patients not only on hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, but a lot of people in your region may have been associated with the Hopkins program in years past. And we want to show them a little bit more about the University of Maryland, what it's like to interact with that healthcare system, and how they can feel at home at the University of Maryland and be there for a nice long time with you and your staff. So we'll be getting towards getting the information out on our website and mailings in the coming weeks. So watch your Facebook page, watch your HCMA website, and watch your mailbox, because we don't want to miss any of you. So we hope to see you all there soon. So we talked a little bit, even though this has been a little bit choppy, sorry about that. We learned a little bit about your history from China and coming over to the United States the same year that the HCMA was founded in 1996. Quite interesting.
Yes.
And we learned a little bit about your staff, and we learned a little bit about your research initiatives. What else should we know about Dr. Wang, and what would it be like to have you as our physician?
People say I have sense of humor. I don't know. My hometown did produce a lot of comedians in China, so I try to show my patients the humor side of me. I think everybody who carries this condition can be quite stressful for themselves, for them family. And every time my patient come to visit, I want to show them I'm truly passionate about each individual patient care. And I want to hold their hands and guide them through the process. When the situation is a little bit sad, I want to have a humor side so people can laugh. I want every patient who comes to see us have a wonderful experience, truly professional side, but also the humanity side. I mean, medicine is just not textbook medicine. You order tests and give patient medication, do surgery. But medicine is interpersonal. It's like how you treat the patient with the disease, and now the patient's disease. And that's my philosophy. So we joke a lot with my patients, and they all love me. Maybe that's the Chinese charm, I would say. But
Well, I was taken by the Chinese charm. I'll give you that one. One of the other things that I think is really important for patients to know when they come into the program, not only do you work with them, but you work with your colleagues and they work with you, and it's this interplay of those relationships and communication. And when I run meetings with physicians, no matter where it is, it's kind of like herding cats, trying to get everybody to show up in the same room at the same time and be there. Your meeting was a little different. Everybody showed up on time, and I heard the same thing from every party that was there. We want to be here because LIbin's always there for us. We want to be there for him. And that is an amazing leadership quality that I think is going to serve this program and your patients incredibly well. So I'm really looking forward to launching this program and moving forward with it and growing it. Right now, you know, you're on the smaller side of our HCM centers of excellence because of volume, but I think once word gets out about what you're capable of doing there, it's going to be amazing. Now you have a small surgery program right now, but you have an amazingly gifted surgeon in Dr. Gami who does myectomies, but just hasn't had an opportunity to see a lot of HCM. So we'll have a new surgical opportunity for people in the, in the region of DC, Virginia, Maryland, Delaware. Oh, now we lost him again. We keep losing him. Come on back. He'll come back. I think the problem is on from his side. Anyway, they're going to have, there you are, you're back. You're almost back. Hi again.
Hi again, sorry. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, technology doesn't like me today, and I'm sure of that. So I was talking about having the surgical option coming up in your region, which is fantastic. Great electrophysiology, heart failure. The transplant program has a really nice setup. I was impressed with the off-site transplant program for follow-ups, which you don't have to go into the hospital and do all of that. They have their own little suite right on the roadside, which is great. So there's a lot of fantastic options here for patients. Even though it's a big city, it's kind of a nice little part of Baltimore where you guys are located, very eclectic and lots of nice shops and stuff right around the corner there. So I really thought that was quite nice. What else can you tell us about Baltimore for people who might want to travel in?
Baltimore actually is a lovely city. I was fond of Baltimore when I was in China many years ago. And then when I was in Texas, I watched this movie, As Good as It Gets, by Jack Nicholson. I don't know whether, I was like, wow, it's wonderful, it's inner city. And Maryland's a beautiful state. And I want to go back to early, I'm sorry, I lost the connection here. But I've been here with University of Maryland for 2 years. I could have not done what we have done without the support of everybody here. I found that my job was easy to coordinate everybody, my staff, my nurse, all different disciplines, and we get support from everybody. It's just, I'm flattered by, I'm just spoiled, honestly, by my staff and my patients here. And everybody is willing to help. It's not me, it's everybody who contributes to this. And we get strong support from all divisions, and including Dr. Gami, you just mentioned. He has been a great mentor and friend to me over the past 3 years. And Dr. Jeff Rosenthal, Dr. Kasha on the pediatric side, and my chief, Dr. David Zimran, has been really behind my back. The Department of Medicine chair, Dr. Dave Davis, and the School of Medicine and medical system has been really supportive of the whole program. And in Baltimore, and as you know, we have a large patient population who have African American ethnicity, and we really want to help the minority here, and then also to provide good care for them.
I think that's a really important message. If you look around our HCM community, yes, we come in all shapes and sizes and colors and creeds and from all parts of the world. But there is a lack of appreciation in many of the African American communities about HCM. And we know that sudden death in athletes occurs at a larger percentage in African American males between the ages of 16 and 25. We don't know why yet, and we might have a really good population to help figure out why these young men are at higher risk so that we can work on saving more lives of these young men. So I'm very interested in seeing what you guys might be able to come around with in terms of understanding the particular risk profile of African American men.
Absolutely, absolutely. As we grow and we will know more patients, and we will let all the patient teach us something new in the population, and we'll study their genetics, we'll study their genetic profile, molecular genetics. We'll have a better understanding for the disease process, and to guide the development of new treatment like John and Cricket have done.
Yes, we have many pioneers out there, and we have high hopes for this clinical trial coming up and your program, and we're very happy to have you here today. I'll open it up to a couple of general questions if anybody who's watching right now. It is 1:47 Eastern time on the 7th of September. So if you're live now watching and you want to ask a question, you can do so in a moment, and we'll be here for just another minute. I do want to go back and mention October 27th. I'll be in Baltimore. I hope you'll be in Baltimore too, and we'll have a nice meeting and we'll discuss all things HCM. And we'll also start the work on building a community support group that will work in coordination with the HCMA and the University of Maryland to ensure that patients have a voice, patients have support on the ground, not only on the internet and through the phone, but that they have a support group formed there. Somebody mentioned earlier on here that they were listening to us from Switzerland. So I don't know if we lost Dr. Wang again. I don't know what is going on with this today. Hopefully he'll come back. If there's any questions, we'll field them, and hopefully he'll come back and talk to us again. We have to work on better internet connections. I think we need to get some more funding here at the HCMA so we can set up our own TV studio. No, don't really need a TV studio. And he's back, and he's gone. You know, if you don't have a sense of humor, you're not going to get too far, are you? So we have lots of people popping in, and Angel's there, and Mallory's there, and Dana, and Cassie. Okay, so everybody's saying hi today. Well, I don't know what's going on with Dr. Wang's connection, so I'm going to wrap up here in just a moment. You're back just to say goodbye.
I'm so sorry. I don't know whether it's the Wi-Fi or what's going on here.
The Wi-Fi. I think we need hardline connections, not Wi-Fi. I should put that in the notes for next time.
Yeah.
But we're going to wrap up. We lost him again. Guys, thank you so much for your time and attention. I hope we can get him back here to thank Dr. Wang and say goodbye to him. But sorry about the technical difficulties. We're going to work on fixing those, because as soon as I'm done here, I'm getting a brand new computer because mine doesn't like me very much anymore. Thank you all. You have a great day. Bye-bye.